We're rolling. Okay, here's the thing. You know, people always say okay at the head of YouTube videos. Okay. Okay. So, gosh damn it. Sorry. All right. This is a video where I'm going to compare I have three 16s, okay? I have a 16 real fast. I have a 16, I should talk louder, so an Armand medium thin crash. Boy, these babies more or less by and large were the functional prototype market testers ultimately in the end turned out to be for the redesigned A's. God bless America. So I'm going to put this guy 16, so we're all 16. Here's a Sabian AA from the older days. This might be 20 years old. Great Sabian crash, which of course, again, is essentially more or less a Zildjian. I mean, I'm not knocking Sabian, but, you know, they are... The owner of Sabian is a Zildjian, okay? And then here is a Sabian 16-inch B8. I'm a coin collector, so I'm not used to that. Anyway, so this is a thin crash 16-inch B8 series, okay? There was a time when they had 3 of these B8 alloy series together, Sabian did. They had the B8, the B8 Pro, and the Pro. So this is the B8, though. So we'll say this is the lowest line B8 alloy Sabian that they had or have. I can't remember. I don't think they still make the B8 line. Anyway, they may. But I like Sabians. But anyway, so here we go. So the neat thing about this is when Sabian and Zildjian, I have my whole thing about Sabian and Zildjian's foray into B8 alloy, which essentially I think originally Zildjian with the Amir series and stuff really tried to make a sort of a serious foray into B8, but they never really spent a lot of time and energy into doing it. But it was convenient for Sabian and Zildjian that B8 on its own, even if you don't do that much to it, sounds pretty decent. Okay, so it's sort of a cash cow for them. They could sort of crank them out and sell them relatively cheap, and they made that sort of bread and buttery for them. Anyway, but the neat thing about this, by the time they sort of moved along, originally the B8 alloy Zildjian and Sabians were like you'd have a crash and a ride. You wouldn't have a thin crash, and the B8 often part of the problem with some of their cymbals was that they weren't really thin enough. But anyway, so here's a thin crash. So we're going to throw that baby up there, and then we're going to, well, first AB it with this AA B20 alloy, medium thin. So they're more or less, you know what, I think this, I didn't weigh them, forgive me. This one might weigh 80 grams more than this. If that, maybe 60, I can just tell, because I'm a cymbal freak show. All right, so here we go. Right to it. B8. B20. You guys home? All right, stand by. I'll be right up. So real fast. Without the bass drum. Without the bass drum. So this is the end of this video. It's very short, but sort of check those out. Now, the neat thing about this B8 one is this really has a Peist. They did a really good job with this. The lathing is nice. I don't even know how old this is. Sort of a machine simplistic hammering. But because it's a thin crash, I think it sounds pretty damn nice. And it does have that 2002, the B8 alloy, usually found on the 2002s, that ring, like the phone's ringing. Do you hear that? That really has it. Like, they, you know, people who don't remember the old analog Western Bell phones wouldn't know what I'm talking about. The people that do know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. So give me your thoughts on the B8 versus B20 Sabian department. We're just using Sabian because I don't have any 602s here. Real fast, I'll throw up the Zildjian ARMAND. Just real fast. I'll be right up! Be patient. So here's the ARMAND with this guy. That ring, and then this. Okay, and just real fast, what I'll do, just to keep it somewhat consistent, I'll put up that 20-year-old AA Sabian. These are actually really comparable in weight. Maybe a 20 gram difference. Ready? Bass drum. All right. To me, I depending sort of without, like in the room, like I love both cymbals. They, as you can hear, they have a distinct different character. This one seems to have, well, relatively out front. I don't know about the actual inert tone of it, like if you were to get the note or whatever. But it seems, this definitely is a more, to me, of a 602, a Peisty B20 alloy. Probably because, you know, remember they redesigned them. So see how flat the profile is. And it almost juts out from the bowl, almost completely flat, and comes down not all that much. Plus the lathing on the tops of these babies was that real fine 602, like Joe Morello-y, sound creation-y, giant beady, 602 sound edge toppy, real fine lathing, and the bottom sort of the standard issue Zildjian lathing, although relatively fine. Anyway, so let me know your thoughts on these babies. Okay? More videos coming. I'm sorry this is quick, but it's a Saturday, and I can't really make videos when the whole family comes home. See you soon.